Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And before I start off, I just wanted to thank you guys so much for the incredible support that I received on my Apple Card video. I believe this morning when I checked, it was about 300 views and the like ratio is insane. And honestly, like, the metrics don't really matter, but it's just crazy to me that only 2 videos into this channel and I've already had some incredible community outreach. So I really appreciate it, you guys, and thank you guys so much. Hopefully you guys enjoy my content. If you do, please subscribe, it'll help me out, and keep in contact with you throughout your sub inbox or your sub box. And yeah, let's see what else we can cook up together. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get started into the topic of this video, and that is going to be crypto and how to get started. So I heard about crypto back in high school when I was about 16 or 17, read a few articles, and inevitably gave up because the jargon was just too technical for me to understand at the time. I wasn't going to throw my hard-earned summer allowance at something that didn't speak with me. It just wasn't consumer friendly, in my opinion. However, fast forward to today, I believe that the crypto space has gotten a lot better at informing the general population of exactly what it stands for and what its goal is. Fortunately for us, we are still very early in the game. I have a lot of friends who want to get into the space, and I know there are a lot of people out there who are curious but don't know where to start, and that's why I'm making this video. I want to preface this by also saying that I am by no means a crypto expert. This is not financial advice. I don't suggest that you, follow my words, but if you want to, you can. I officially started dabbling with DeFi and crypto in December as of last year. I'm still a novice or a noob, but I do want to share my personal experience as a beginner. So hopefully you guys can pick off of my limited knowledge and get a head start on your investments. However, if you are a crypto pro and see something that I missed and or was wrong about, please feel free to drop a helpful comment down below to put us on the right track. The future of DeFi will thank you. So why is crypto important? In order for us to understand the how, we need to understand the why, right? So for one, crypto is fast, it's digital, secure, available worldwide, it never goes offline, it's censorship resistant, and it's self-governing. That's it. I mean, if that wasn't enough to get you on board, then I don't know what else to tell you. I would personally love to dissect exactly what crypto is and how each of the networks work, but most of you aren't here for that. You just simply want to throw your money somewhere, you want to stay updated, you want to keep up with the crowd, and yeah, we just simply don't have time for that. Both literally and with respect to this video. It's a lot. Corporate giants are moving their attention to the overall Ethereum network and Bitcoin, and they're freaking moving fast. Companies such as Tesla, PayPal, Grayscale, Visa, and according to rumors, Oracle and Apple, they're all hopping on the crypto train. Mainstream adoption is nigh. The reason why it's so important to start now is not only for accumulating wealth during the crypto boom, similar to how we had like the gold rush in like 17 something, I don't know. Yeah, it's also because it's about time that our financial infrastructure and our views about money changed. Down in the description, I will have several links to articles and videos that will sum this segment up in more detail. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started in buying some digital currency. So this video is going to be broken up into 3 stages, although I'm going to be talking about the first 2. And stage 1 is getting your feet wet with exchanges. So the first thing I recommend people do is buy and hold. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. I think that's one of the things that a lot of people don't understand and kind of holds them back from getting into the environment of cryptocurrencies and stuff. But yeah, you don't have to have a whole coin, and you don't have to throw thousands of dollars at crypto if you want to just get started. I got my mom to invest, I think, $10, and I essentially 10x'd her portfolio with only 3 assets. That's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Chainlink. So Bitcoin, I mean, this is a no-brainer. This should be your primary target investment. Bitcoin, without too much depth, is essentially the standard, the digital standard for gold. And I'm sure you've seen the news and read the articles. Bitcoin is just this giant decentralized monster hedge on inflation, unstable governments, and currencies. And there will only be 21 million Bitcoin ever to exist on this planet or in this universe at all. So it's extremely scarce, and get it while you can, because there probably won't be any more by the year 2104, I think it is, 2140, something like that. So get your Bitcoin. The second thing that I recommend you invest in is Ethereum, and it was kind of painful to put Ethereum as a second priority because ETH is money, literally. The Ethereum network is massive, and although we've seen an emergence of ETH killer networks in recent months, Ethereum really isn't going anywhere. The Ethereum network powers thousands of decentralized applications, exchanges, and transactions. It's the sole reason for DeFi's existence, which we'll talk about more later in this video. And DeFi is extremely important, hence you should never sell your Ethereum. It's definitely like, dude, Ethereum is the way to go. And lastly, we're going to talk about Chainlink. So Chainlink is practically an oracle network, which essentially means that it's a bridge between real world information and on-chain smart contracts, right? So there's an infinite number of use case applications for something like this that can exchange this kind of data, and who knows what kind of cool things that you can build. And that's why I think that the utility of the Chainlink Oracle network is so useful that obviously it's going to be worth something in the future. Recently there's been a lot of updates to the Chainlink Oracle network. I think that they were implementing like layer 2 optimizations for the Ethereum network. But yeah, Chainlink, just throw your money at Chainlink, dude. Of course, there are hundreds of other coins out there to invest in, but I think that these 3 cryptocurrencies are a good starting point for exposure. If you want another video that dives deeper into how these technologies work together, as well as what I'm currently sporting in my own personal portfolio, please like this video, subscribe, and stay tuned. Now, the second thing that I suggest people do at this stage is, if you're hesitant, I would recommend that you take a more passive approach, which is, putting your money into some stable coins. And I know some of you out there are going to be like, what, stable coins? I mean, you don't really earn much rewards through stable coins. Why would you even recommend that? Well, hold on for a second. So stable coins are digital assets that are pegged to the value of $1, or roughly. Its price never fluctuates, meaning that if you deposit $100 into Coinbase today, you can later withdraw those same $100 at a 1-to-1 ratio, right? So it's not going to change. Like, it's just $100 is $100, $20 is $20. And yeah, it's cool. Like, I think it's pretty cool. It's digital, right? You get the point. Some examples of stable coins are USD coin, which is US dollar coin, and MakerDAI. So DAI is a decentralized collateralized stable coin from MakerDAO, which is, think of it as this platform or company that first launched on the Ethereum network or mainnet in December of 2017. And USDC is a centralized fiat-backed stablecoin supported by Coinbase, Circle Invest, and that was first announced in September of 2019. So obviously, if you're more risk-averse, then you would want to stay as centralized as possible. Else, if you want to experience crypto in all of its glory, the decentralized path is also available. You get to choose, and that's actually what makes all of this really powerful and beautiful. So as of today, you can earn up to, I think, 2.0% APY on your DAI, and 0.15% on your USDC holdings with Coinbase. And as you can see, starting your journey with stablecoins won't yield large returns on investment, but I think it's a great way to build some confidence on the platform. And ultimately you're going to want some kind of exposure to Bitcoin, altcoins, and stablecoins alike before you jump into stage 2 of your crypto journey, and that is decentralized finance. If you've made it this far into the crypto investing sphere, this is stage 2. Congratulations, now you've leveled up. This is where I'm currently at, and I don't see myself going any further. Again, I'm kind of like alluding to the fact that there's another stage after this one, but usually stage 1 and stage 2 is where most people sit, and I think that's okay. That's more than perfectly fine. So stage 2 is lending and staking and yield farming, liquidity pools, liquidity mining. That's essentially decentralized finance. That's DeFi. So this is where all the magic happens, right? This is where all the fun is had. This is DeFi. I would like to say that decentralized finance is relatively new. It kind of boomed in the summer of 2020, so not that long ago. But like everything else in life, it's not too late to start. So I'm going to break this stage into 3 segments, each one increasing in complexity. So that's going to be lending, staking, and yield farming. So lending is pretty straightforward. You provide your liquidity or funds to an exchange or non-custodial service, and you earn a variable APY, annual percentage yield, on your borrowed assets, right? Or your lended assets, should I say. So yes, even you can pull crypto loans, and it's kind of insane, right? I don't really advise that you borrow even in fiat, through centralized banks and third parties, but the option is always there, and I think that's really cool. Again, it's all about diversification. It's all about options. It's about having power and control over your money. So in crypto, you don't have to sign any paperwork. You don't have to, make a hard pull on your credit score. It doesn't discriminate. Anyone can do it. Granted that you provide some form of collateral, of course, and yeah, life happens, you might have to pull out a crypto loan and you don't want to sacrifice your Bitcoin to, cash it out. So you could just give it to one of these platforms, and they'll give you real US dollars in return. And once you pay off that loan, they'll give you your Bitcoin back. And that's extremely cool, right? Like, honestly, I've personally used DYDX as an open trading platform that earned me anything from 9 to 35% interest on my deposited funds. So yes, this was a kind of like dynamic, varying APY percentage, but I was willing to make those kind of like returns or those gains for locking my assets in this platform for a while. And you know, it's all based on demand, so it's a variable APY like I mentioned, and it's very interesting to get my hands dirty with this kind of service. Note that however you go about this, you may have to pay Ethereum network fees, which are painfully high at the moment. I think I paid like $30 in gas just to move my money around to different services, and that's just not sustainable for us unless you're like a whale in the market, right? I transferred my funds from Coinbase to MetaMask, which is a Web3 crypto wallet that you can use in your browser to make purchases online, and the MetaMask to X service, paying a network fee every time I made a transfer. So if you're going to use these platforms, I think it's best to buy your cryptocurrencies in-house. So like if I'm, I guess, using the, Celsius network, which is like another way of saying like a non-custodial bank, then I would rather buy my funds in the app than having transferred them from an external platform or external wallet onto that main bank's wallet, if that makes sense. And yeah, it just wouldn't break your bank in gas fees, which, I mean, Ethereum 2.0 solves this problem, but it's going to take a couple of months, if not years, to scale it out properly and having the layer distributed pretty well in, you know, the crypto space. So places where you can start lending your crypto and start earning money are Coinbase, which do offer a web and mobile platform, Gemini, which is similar to Coinbase, right? These are all exchanges, and BlockFi. And I recommend starting with either of these, but if you're feeling a bit more adventurous, I would also recommend Celsius, Compound, and Aave. These are very cool DeFi protocols and applications. I suggest that you give them a peep. Links will be down in the description. Hopefully you guys enjoy. So the second step in stage 2 is staking. Staking is similar to lending in the sense that you send your crypto off to some magical place in hopes that it comes back to you 1.5 to 2 times bigger than your principal. So first off, I want to talk about what staking is exactly. In order to answer that, we need to know what the hell proof of stake is, right? So proof of stake is a form of network architecture. I'm going to get real nerdy here, I'm sorry. POS is scalable and it's more efficient in contrast to proof of work, which relies on sheer computational power to create new blocks, whereas POS creates new blocks in terms of how many coins are staked in the node or wallet. So now, by definition, staking is an activity where users lock or hold their funds in cryptocurrency wallets to participate in maintaining the operation of a proof-of-stake blockchain system or network. In staking, the right to validate transactions is baked into how many coins are locked inside a wallet. So that's pretty interesting. What does it all mean? In essence, you're giving these wallets or nodes within a network your coins, and the fattest node wins. That node is now deemed to be trustworthy and reliable, but it's up to you, the validators, to maintain network security. If all goes smoothly, you will receive compensation in proportion to the amount of coins you're staking. So for maintaining the network, which I think is, you know, literally insane, it's incentive and purpose, which are my two favorite things in the whole wide world. Too long didn't read or too long didn't watch. Staking is like, oh, you give your, let's say Ethereum to the Ethereum 2.0 staking network, and you just put your money to work, literally. Like your Ethereum's there, it's doing whatever it needs to do. And then whenever you're done, you get your coins back, and then you get incentive rewards for giving your money. Money, it just makes money. It's a money machine. Printer go brrr. Just know that you give your money, you lock it, kind of like a CD or a certificate of deposit, and you get it back, and it's just bigger, you know. I think that's a proper way to describe staking. So at the time of writing this, Coinbase has a waitlist open to stake your Ethereum to support the ETH 2.0 network upgrades that I was talking about earlier. The goal for Ethereum 2.0 is to switch from proof of work to proof of stake, which ultimately lowers gas fees, speeds up transaction rates, making DeFi much more accessible to the general public. And if you want more info, I'll have a link in the description to the Ethereum website so you can do your own research. It's all very interesting. Some of the cons of staking is, like, you know, once you stake your crypto, like I mentioned, in a network, it's locked and you can't touch it. if a bear market hits, all you can do is watch the value of your staked crypto plummet. But you also have the potential of being slashed due to bad behavior of that validator. So if your node is late in the network, or if your node does other weird stuff that it's not supposed to, if it behaves incorrectly, then yeah, your crypto's practically gone. But that doesn't always happen if you do like maybe like a staking pool. And also your rewards are delayed. Apps where you can begin staking are Coinbase, although that's very limited in the amount of crypto that you can stake. Kraken is also a good platform to stake on, and Binance. And some of the decentralized applications that you can start staking are, you know, like Maker, Synthetics, Yearn Finance, Compound, and liquidity mining is somewhat similar to the same thing. I personally was in a liquidity pool on Uniswap, which I definitely recommend you jump into right now. So essentially what Uniswap is like, again, you provide some liquidity to the platform, right? And every time someone makes a swap on your pair, so in my case, I did a pair of Ethereum and Chainlink. Every time someone made a swap for Chainlink, I would get like a small percentage of fees in proportion to the amount of liquidity that I provided to the pool. So literally, like, it's nice. Like, you're as people are making swaps on the platform, you are getting a cut of how much ever you put into that pool. It's money. And finally, stage 3, you can consider this as like a bonus stage, or the forbidden stage, as I like to call it, is trading in options. So like margin, spot accounts, futures, perpetuals. Like, I don't really mess with this too much, so that's why I didn't really want to talk about it, but the option is always there. If you want to trade on leverage and potentially lose everything and get liquidated, you can do that. But also there comes, you know, high risk, high reward. If you do really well and you understand what you're doing, then by all means feel free to do so. I've seen people make like thousands of dollars in a matter of days or a matter of hours on shorts and longs and stuff. I personally don't understand how it works, but the option is always there. And yeah, again, feel free to do your own research.